warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Nadia. Today we will gonna present about our grade assignment, which is Chapter 6, Change Management. In this slides, you show our team member, which is Shafi Akila, Anis Afika, Fitratul Tasnim, Amira Masara, and also Alisa Nadia, which is me. Slides, I'm gonna explain to you the definition of change. Change means making things different or improving the way an organization operates. It can involve introducing a new mission, a new product, a new strategy, even a new technology to help our organization achieve its goal. The people who plan, guide, and manage this change are called change agents. They are responsible for ensuring that the change process is implemented successfully. The next one is forces for change. Forces for change are the factors that encourage or require an organization to make change. This change may come from internal or external factors such as technological advancement, customer demand, competition, or academic condition. To remain competitive, relevant, and sustainable, organizations must be able to adapt and respond effectively to this change.
So, external force. External force is originate outside the organization and generally beyond management direct control. Under external force, we have technology change. Technology change is advancement in technology such as automation, artificial intelligence, and online platform require organization to update their operation. And then market change. Market change is customer preference, consumer trends, and market demand. Organization to modify their products or service to meet new expectations. And then we go for competition. Competition is the entry of new competitor from existing competitors may force organization to improve efficiency, reduce cost, or innovation. And then we go for economic factor. Economic factor is inflation, recession, exchange rate, and interest rate affect organizational and overall financial performance. And then the last one is government regulation. Government regulation is require new law, policies, and regulation require organization to comply with updated standard and procedure. And then we go for internal force. Internal force is arise from within the organization itself. First one, leadership change. A new manager or leader may introduce new vision, strategies, or management style that require organizational change. And then employee performance, low productivity, absenteeism, employee dissatisfaction, or workplace conflict may necessitate structural or procedural change. And organizational structure. Organizational structure is restructuring, departmental change measures, or expansion may require adjustment in role, responsibility, and reporting relationship. And then the last one is organizational goal. Organizational goal is a change in organizational mission, objective, or strategic direction may drive operational and structural change.
Cost of change process. The expenses that impact faced by organization when implement change. They have 4 types of costs in the change process. First, direct financial costs. These are visible and measurable monetary expenses. For example, training program for employees, purchasing new technology or equipment, hiring consultants, system upgrade, and recruitment or new staff. Second, indirect costs. These costs are not directly visible but affect organization performance. For example, temporary decrease in productivity, time spent on meeting and planning, mistakes during transition period. Third, we have psychological costs. These refer to emotional and mental stress experienced by employees during change. For example, anxiety about job security, fear of failure, resistance to change, loss of motivation. And the last one is social costs. This involves the impact of change on relationship within the organization. For example, conflict among employees, breakdown of teamwork, and reduced trust in management.
I will explain about resistance to change. Resistance to change is the negative reaction or opposition shown by employees when the change is introduced. It usually happens when employees feel uncomfortable, uncertain, or threatened by the change. The first reason is fear of unknown. Employees may feel anxious because they do not know what will happen after the change. This uncertainty makes them resist the change. The second reason is lack of good information. Will happen when employees not clearly informed about why the change is happened. They may become confused and refuse to support it. The third reason is fear of loss or security. Employees may worry that the change could affect their job, salary, or positions, so they become resistant to this change. The fourth reason is no reason to change. If employees do not see the benefit or importance of the change, they will have little motivation to accept it. For fifth reason is fear loss of power. Employees in higher positions may think that the change will reduce their authority, influence, or control, so that they're not interested with the change. The last reason is habit. People are used to their daily routine, so changing the way they work can make them feel uncomfortable. For example, when someone asks him to do the work, but they always say no for every situation.
To present about approaches introduced change based on Kurt Lewin. Kurt Lewin recommends that successful change in organization should follow three steps. The first step is unfreezing. Unfreezing is the managerial responsibility of preparing a situation for change. This stage focuses on to create motivation to change. The second step is changing. This stage involves taking action to modify a situation by changing things such as people, tasks, structure, or the technology of the organization. The last step is rephrasing. This is the final stage. This stage is to maintain the change and make it as a part of the normal routine. Next slide, I'm going to present about managing resistance to change. The first one is education and communication. Educate people about change before implementing it. Help them to understand the logic of the change. The second one is participation and involvement. Allow others to help design and implement the change, and then asking them to contribute ideas and advice. The third one or the last one is the facilitation and support, providing and help them emotionally. Natural help for people experiencing the hardship of change.